Welcome back to The Bad Philosopher. I am Rick Knight. In this video, I would like to talk about a mass shooting that took place this morning in Maryland. It was in a Rite Aid distribution center. An employee at the center pulled out a gun and shot and killed 3 people, then turned the gun on themselves. Normally, this wouldn't be a unique event, being that it happens so often in America, but there's a few key factors that make this situation very unique. For starters, it wasn't an assault weapon AR-15, it was a 9mm handgun that was used. Another issue was it wasn't a man this time who did the shooting, it was a female. It wasn't even a white male, it was a black female who did the shooting. Her name was, I'm gonna botch her name, Sonochia Mosley. If you see pictures of her, she also appears to be gay. She kind of looks like a boy, and that usually implies that she's gay, making this, once again, even more unique, being the fact that it wasn't a straight white male who did the shooting. I was just wondering why this event is not really being spoken about. I went to Facebook, I looked around for it. I went to Twitter, I looked around for it. You can't find anything. I posted something on a few different social media accounts, and I'm waiting for any reply for anyone. Very few people replied, and when they did, I replied back to them, and that was it. They don't want to talk about it, and and it's just pretty much a cover your eyes, cover your ears. Nothing to see here. Go home. There's no need to discuss this situation because it is completely out of the narrative of the left. They don't want to talk about this because it hurts and weakens their narrative of the evil straight white male, toxic masculinity, angry incel that's always doing all the shootings. And as it turns out, in this particular case, it didn't fit the profile. So therefore, they don't want to discuss it. They don't want to talk about it. But I think it's very important to talk about this on a few different levels. For starters, this is now the second female mass shooter that I know of. The other one was a few months ago in the YouTube headquarters in California. And now this one, and this might become a trend where women are getting that frustrated in life or having psychological breakdowns and taking a gun and going and doing a shooting. So that is definitely something that we should speak about, because that could become the new trend. It could become, the new norm where women start doing this type of, having this type of behavior. And I think we need to talk about it now, and we need to find a way to make sure that we don't go in that route and we don't have more mass shootings than we do. But no, it doesn't fit anyone's agenda to point any fingers at a woman, especially a black woman, because that is a double protected group right there, black and woman. She's also appears to be gay, so that's a third, check the box group, and therefore the left doesn't want to talk about it. Also, there wasn't a AR-15 used. I have a theory about people in general, and I feel that people tend to want something bad to happen, and they want that bad thing to be caused by, their enemy or their monster. They want their monster to, or their tormentor or their enemy or whatever you want to call it to be responsible for that event, so they can use it as a tool to point fingers and say, this is your fault, and this is something, this is what you did, and this is what you're about, and you're proving my case every day. And I think the left really, really wants to see more white, straight male mass shooters killing people. This way they can further their agenda, continue to push their narrative, continue to point fingers. I think this is just a part of human nature. I think this is something we do, that we always look for an event that could lend credence to what we say and to help our narrative. And this just doesn't help the narrative of the left. Therefore, there's no need to really talk about it. There's no need to spread this anywhere, to hit the like and share button. There's no need to have a conversation about it. Just sweep it under the rug and move on. Nothing to see here. And that's it. And that's my thought on this situation. Regardless of whoever does the shooting, regardless of whoever the victim is, regardless of anything, it is a complete tragedy when innocent lives are taken, no matter what color they are, no matter who they vote for, no matter what they look like or what language they speak. Stuff like this is just bad for society all around. It doesn't matter who the victim is or who the suspect is. You know, it's just, this is just a very sinister situation completely. To turn it political it's disgusting, because this truly is people with mental health issues. We said that about when there's white mass shooters. We say that you know that they snapped and they had a breakdown in their psychology. The same thing now that it was a black woman who did the shooting. She snapped. She had a breakdown in her psychology. It's this could be the same thing that caused any other mass shooting. The same symptoms. It could be the same causes. None of this should ever become racial. It should never become political, but it always manages to become political. And I know I'm here now making it political because I'm pointing out the hypocrisy of the left, that this is not political enough for them, so they let it go. That's just what I think about it. If you agree or disagree, leave a comment, hit the like button, hit the bell, and subscribe, and that's it. Check me on another video coming later on. Thank you.